Wonderful. Check, check, check. That gets their attention. Hey, welcome to Artichoke Music. Yeah, we're alive and well here in Southeast Portland. And from the Cafe Artichoke stage, my name's Doug SpUd. I want to welcome you and thank you for coming out on a beautiful Portland night. And not only on this night, but 50 years of Artichoke music. 1973. There's a few more of you in this room that were around in 73, like Rich and I. So it's a wonderful year for Artichoke music, and we appreciate you starting it off on this January night. Again, thanks to all the volunteers that make Artichoke happen. At the bar, Briggs. At the door, Steve. At the console, pushing all the buttons and the bells and whistles, the master, Gary Furlow. Some housekeeping items, of course. Please mute your electronics, or as I call it, my expensive flashlight. Please listen to our performers tonight. Artichoke Music, of course, is renowned as the best listening room in Portland, and we appreciate you for that. Restrooms, for those of you who haven't been here before, the big box here is for restrooms on the break and after the show. And there's restrooms located to the back on the ground floor and one level up. So, that aside, some of you were told about the show tonight where you can enter your admission. Enters you into a contest for some wonderful prizes for Portland Music Month. There's shows going on all month that if you go to the show, you scan the QR code, which I've never scanned a QR code, but somebody can help you. Dan had to help me. Anyway, scan the code, enter the contest. You'll be supporting local music, local venues, local artists. It's a wonderful program, and you can win, not exclusively, but you could win a 1974 MG Midget convertible roadster. Whoa! 2 first-class Delta round trips, not Southwest, Delta. Tickets to anywhere in the U.S. or Canada, or an e-bike. So there's lots of great prizes, so check it out. Enter the contest, go to shows. Now, having said all that, let's get to some music. I'm proud to introduce this young man here. We go back to the Park Rose days, and he's been described as a master song crafter. His songs evoke the human experience through humor and compassion. So would you please welcome Rich Waggoner.
Well, thank you, Doug, for putting this together. And I'm the opening act, so don't let me scare you off. There'll be some talented folks up here before long. Your daddy was young once, just like you. Would you believe that your mama was a young girl too? They fell off their bikes, they skinned their knees. They whispered and giggled about the birds and the bees. Puberty hit them like a hurricane, with feelings and urges they couldn't explain. Daddy's voice dropped and he grew a pair. Mama put away her Barbies and her teddy bears. Sour grapes become fine wine. Tomorrow becomes the past. Young women become their mothers. Young men become their dads. Mama and Daddy in their high school years believed in dreams and had no fear. Well, Mama worked hard and got good grades. Daddy played a hooky in video games. Sour grapes become fine wine. Tomorrow becomes the past. Young women become their mothers. Young men become their dads. Oh, Mama was taught to mind her P's and Q's, while Daddy learned how to bend the rules. Daddy's hormones were his pride and joy, while Mama kissed a lot of boys. They were young and pretty, they were wild at heart, with matching tattoos on their private parts. Right or wrong, who's to judge? Mama and Daddy fell in love. Sour grapes become fine wine. Tomorrow becomes the past. Young women become their mothers. Young men become their dads. Young women become their mothers. Young men become their dads. Thank you. Thanks so much. Wrote this song about a hotel in downtown Portland. Not sure it's there anymore. There is an old building. It stands on the corner. It's red brick with brown, dirty blinds. It's 5 stories high, up into the sky, with 1,000,000 more stories inside. And the old people sit on the porch and rock, but it ain't to no boogie band. At the Campbell Hotel, life is remembered and time is seldom a friend. Lonesome is shared by everyone there. Despair comes free with the rent. The days come and go with their highs and their lows, and once a month with a government check. And out in the streets, life skips a beat while the cost of dignity climbs. At the Campbell Hotel, boredom's a bargain, and desperate's the reason they buy. Too often a coffin, too soon a tomb, for too many forgotten forever too soon. Grandmas and grandpas, old moms and dads, at the Campbell Hotel, so helpless, so sad. Ivy climbs on the tall walls while the plaster falls inside. The fire escape from the roof hangs draped like a rusted stairway to the sky. Through ceilings and floors and squeaky old doors, bald heads, cobwebs and dreams. Past empty tomorrows, some bartered, some borrowed, that offer nothing but a lot of the same. Shadows and winds visit wild kin, let the golden years turn to 10. There'll be no vacancies at the Campbell Hotel till the chair stops rocking again, till time takes another old friend. Too often a coffin, too soon a tomb, for too many forgotten forever too soon. Grandmas and grandpas, old moms and dads, at the Campbell Hotel, so helpless, so sad. Thank you. I'm out of the sack before the rooster crows, into my boots and I'm down the road. Been that way since I was 15, waiting on a dream. Fire in the belly, blood in the stream, eyes wide open, still waters run deep. With every breath and every heartbeat, I'm waiting on a dream. It's all a blur as the years fly by, the commute, the abuse, and the daily grind. It's where fiction collides with reality. waiting on a dream. Fire in the belly, blood in the stream. Eyes wide open, still waters run deep. With every breath and every heartbeat, I'm waiting on a dream till it passes you by. Enjoy the ride. It fills you up inside and sets you free. Oh, I played it safe and I played it smart. I took their money and crossed my heart. I never gave up on this old six string, waiting on a dream. Fire in the belly, blood in the stream. Eyes wide open, still waters run deep. With every breath and every heartbeat, I'm waiting on a dream. With every breath and every heartbeat, I'm waiting on a dream. Thank you very much. So Jackie and I celebrated 50 years of marriage here last September. And, you know, if you're hooked up with a guy that's been beating on one of these for 60 years and making up silly tunes, it's a real blessing that she could put up with that nonsense. So I tried to come up with some for our anniversary. She likes flowers. She likes ice cream. She likes sunflower seeds. She likes pancakes with blueberries. She likes a whiskey straight and neat. But the best part is her big heart, her compassion and empathy for those around her. Glad I found her. Thank goodness she likes me. She likes hummingbirds at the window. She likes Christmas and New Year's Eve. She likes true love. She likes hard work. She likes truth and honesty. But the best part is her big heart, her compassion and empathy for those around her. Glad I found her. Thank goodness she likes me. She likes cold beer. She likes popcorn, new shoes and quiet time. She likes me when I'm crazy and even when I fall behind. She likes high tech. She likes the internet. Her friends funny, smart and kind. She likes big old holiday dinners, tradition and family time. But the best part is her big heart, her compassion and empathy for those around her. Glad I found her. Thank goodness she likes me. Thank you. Appreciate it. My dad had bad days, sometimes worse. It used to scare us and it used to hurt. He'd get tired, he'd lose hope. We had dinners where nobody spoke. But then one day I grew up and I finally understood. It wasn't us, it was just the stress. He did the best he could. Oh, I finally got it, it finally sank in. I'm a little bit wiser than I was back then. We set limitations, we make demands, but in the end we're just doing the best that we can. I had a boss, he was tougher than tough. No matter how much, it was never enough. I used to cuss him under my breath. I swore that man would work me to death. But then one day I grew up and realized what I had learned. He broke me down, he made me cry, but he taught me how to work. Oh, I finally got it, it finally sank in. I'm a little bit wiser than I was back then. Set limitations, we make demands, but in the end we're just doing the best that we can. Oh, living follow through. It's never too late to appreciate or give credit where credit's due. She's been a mother, she's been a wife. She's worked and she struggled and she sacrificed. We weren't always grateful, we didn't always see what she gave up for the family. But these days when I look back, I can't thank her enough. She taught us all about giving. She taught us all about love. Oh, I finally got it, it finally sank in. I'm a little bit wiser than I was back then. We set limitations, we make demands, but in the end we're just doing the best that we can. Oh, thank you. This is a love song. I wrote this a long, long time ago, and I have outgrown the song. It's called 110. How sweet, how discreet, how utterly fine. His kids think it's cute, her kids don't mind. He's a sexy granddaddy, she's a good-looking granny. They make each other happy deep down inside. She'll tell her pastor she has a boyfriend. He'll tell his priest she's a hot little dish. Love without license is so danged exciting. They feel like a couple of virgins again. He's 60, she's 50, they're 110. Soulmates, companions, sweethearts and friends. The mileage don't matter when those feelings begin. Oh, pucker up, lover, come on, kiss me again. He's been a widow since time took its course. She's been through the heartache and pain of divorce. They miss the old days, romance and bouquets, just holding hands and a kiss at the door. He's 60, she's 50, they're 110. Soulmates, companions, sweethearts and friends. The mileage don't matter when those feelings begin. I pucker up, lover, come on, kiss me again. They've gotten used to old jokes about prune juice, Viagra, dentures, and acting too young. He's on the third turn, she's halfway home. But when it comes to love, they've just begun. They're gonna sleep naked like folks do on the big screen. Gonna move in together for eternity. Someone to care for, to share and be there for, through gray hair and wrinkles and sweet memories. He's 60, she's 50, they're 110. Soulmates, companions, sweethearts and friends. The mileage don't matter when those feelings begin. I pucker up, lover, I pucker up, lover, I pucker up, lover, come on and kiss me again. Here's one for all the musicians and artists. She's been a dancer since she was 3 feet tall. She'd like to dance on Broadway one of these days. Years of audition, she still ain't getting that call. So she survives the hard way, working that old 8 to 5, spending weekends at the studio, keeping her dream alive. When it ain't about the checks you're cashing, when it moves you deep within, when you do it with pride and passion, you're doing it, you're doing it, you're doing it for all the right reasons. He plays his guitar, he writes his little songs. He liked to make a living doing what he loves to do. But until the day that big break comes along, he ain't quitting his day job. He's got responsibilities. But as long as he's alive and kicking, he ain't quitting that dream. When it ain't about the checks you're cashing, when it moves you deep within, when you do it with pride and passion, you're doing it, you're doing it, you're doing it for all the right reasons. Hey, when you love it to death, when it takes your breath, even when nobody gets it, you sing and you dance and you don't hold back. And when it feels good, you let it. She's been singing since she got her first radio. From the old church choir to the high school musicals, she had the pipes, everybody told her so. Now she still hits the high notes with 3 kids and 1 on the way. It's a dream she won't surrender till her dying day. When it ain't about the checks you're cashing, when it moves you deep within, when you do it with pride and passion, you're doing it, you're doing it, you're doing it for all the right reasons. So I figure about now you folks are all itching to do a sing-along, and I don't want to see you dig at yourself anymore, so we're going to do it. You have to participate. You got to help me out on this thing. I'm going to tell you your lines here. First line is, "Don't sass mama." And then, very good. Second line is, "Don't sass mama." There you go. You guys are catching on fast. Third line is, "Don't sass mama." And the fourth line, and this is only because I'm a songwriter, is, "Don't sass mama." Don't run with scissors, you'll put out an eye. Clean up your room, it's a pigsty. Don't make a face like some prima donna. Just do what you're told and don't sass mama. Mr. Smarty Pants, don't sass mama. Mr. Know-It-All, don't sass mama. Mr. Potty Mouth, don't sass mama. You can't fix stupid, don't sass mama. Well, there ain't no ice cream and there ain't no cake till you finish your veggies and you clean your plate. You know, those are the rules. If you're wise, you're gonna take a big bite. And don't sass mama, Mr. Smarty Pants. Don't sass mama, Mr. Know-It-All. Don't sass mama, Mr. Potty Mouth. Don't sass mama, you can't fix stupid. Don't sass mama. For 9 long months, she lugged you around. She pushed and shoved till it pulled you out. You can cry like a baby, you can pitch a fit, but she ain't taking no guff, she ain't taking no lip. Well, there's no cartoons and there's no TV till you finish your homework and you brush your teeth. Come on, zip it, boy. Avoid the drama. You'll thank me later. And don't sass mama, Mr. Smarty Pants. Don't sass mama, Mr. Know-It-All. Don't sass mama, Mr. Potty Mouth. Don't sass mama, you can't fix stupid. Don't sass mama. How we doing, SpUd? Jazz, rap, and hip-hop, rhythm and blues, reggae, soul, rock and roll, and sad country tunes. Ah, the music is magic. Yeah, there's music in the air. Hey, the music is magic. Yeah, there's magic everywhere. A song can bring a teardrop. A song can bring a smile. A song can last forever and ever on your radio dial. Hey, the music is magic. Yeah, there's music in the air. Hey, the music is magic. Yeah, there's magic everywhere. Oh, beat the drum, pound the keys, strum that old guitar. Music's gonna find you wherever you are. Oh, music in the chapel or from a tiny music box. It's a universal language. Everybody sing along. Yeah, the music is magic. Yeah, there's music in the air. Hey, the music is magic. Yeah, there's magic everywhere. Yeah, the music is magic. Yeah, there's music everywhere. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is a real treat. I'm a stay-at-home songwriter, so I'm in the basement most of the time. So. Mary requested this song last time we were here, and I didn't play it. So that's the way it is, you know. I got control. This song, just the record, SpUd hates it, and we've been doing it now for probably 20 years, so he's been hating it for 20 years. Well, my baby bought a brand new Brunswick ball, and that's strange because she don't bowl. But when she steps out on Thursday night, that's where she says she goes. But a buddy told me my baby'd been seen screaming at the top of her lungs, and a place where the fellers take it all off and turn all the girls on. They got a real cute all-nude male review, and the boys got great big pecs. Well, I never knew that's what my baby liked, but now that's what she's gonna get. So I took her down to the old DQ, and I bought her the big meal deal. Then I slipped into the men's room and prepared to give her a thrill. Well, I come out of that latrine, a love machine, and jumped upon the countertop. Overweight and out of shape, I did the hully-gully till I thought I was gonna drop. Then I started to strip, and as I unzipped, a hush fell over the crowd. Then my old spare tire rolled right over everything that was hanging out. Yeah, my shirt and my shoes and my breeches too, I peeled right down to my socks. Flexing and posing like Schwarzenegger, looking more like my buddy SpUd. Well, I was sucking it in, trying to look thin under 30 pounds of cellulite, when some sweet young thing put $1 in my string and my baby broke down and cried. Oh, the night I got naked and danced on the table down at the Dairy Queen, just like the fellas from Chip and Dale's and Playgirl magazine, with my big beer gut and my flabby white butt tucked in a little G-string. I got naked and danced on the table down at the Dairy Queen. Well, from table to table and from booth to booth, I was kicking and spinning and stepping in food, slipping and sliding through sodas and fries, giving them my sexy moves. While Bluebirds, Cub Scouts, and Little League teams ate double-dip cones and brownie supremes, I was up on the furniture doing my thing, trying to turn my baby on. Well, I was bumping and grinding when the police arrived. They cuffed me and they read me my rights. They told me what I needed was a straitjacket and a whole lot of quiet time. Now 6 months later, blizzards and braziers, they're still my favorite food. But now I don't dance naked and I don't date girls who like to watch boys that do. Oh, the night I got naked and danced on the table down at the Dairy Queen. Just like the fellas from Chip and Dale's and Playgirl magazine. With my big beer gut and my flabby white butt tucked in a little G-string. Oh, I got naked and danced on the table down at the Dairy Queen. Yes, I got naked and danced on the table down at the Dairy Queen. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it a ton. Thank you.
Rich Waggoner.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, aren't you happy you came to the early show? So we're going to have a real quick turnaround here, and then we're going to get Ms. Avery Hill to the stage. So please chat amongst yourselves for a moment. And once again, thanks, Rich.
So follow that, Avery.
Yeah. Hey,
Good.
no pressure. So rare. Check, check. Ooh. A little bit. I'm ready.
All right. Welcome back. And our second performing artist. When I first started hanging around Artichoke Music in 2010, this young lady was already a legend here. She was been around doing it all, helping out, singing songs, teaching lessons, and she's still doing the same. Well, 12 years later for me, but she's a real treat to have on the Artichoke Cafe Artichoke stage, and I wrote this down so I could remember it. Her songs explore her songs explore the human experience with humor and compassion. She's also known. Oh, excuse me, I'm reading the wrong bio. I'm sorry, Avery.
I'll take that one.
Avery, in her signature mix of truthful storytelling and transporting melodies. Anyway, please welcome a dear friend of mine and Artichoke Music, Avery Hill.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be back with all of you, and a lot of you I haven't seen in quite a while. So let's get reacquainted, shall we? I don't need much. I can make do with some kindness and self-respect and what I learned from you. Now we've come to this place, and and I'm glad that you're here. Come in just as you are. Come with open ears. Come with your doubts, with your hope and your love. Come with your sorrows. What you bring is enough. But don't come looking for answers. I prefer the truth and a few good questions to keep us honest too. And when we come face to face, I will look you in the eye, feel your heart beat like mine, so you can know that I've tried. I'll keep trying every day. And we all have our pride. Let's not take advantage. Can we agree on dignity and any mercy we can manage? 'Cause I don't need any favors, except when I do. And I don't need any judgment, and neither do you. But when we come face to face, will you look me in the eye, feel your heart beat like mine, so I can know that you tried. We'll keep trying every day. And I don't need to convince you. I didn't come with some point to prove. We all need to feel listened to, and I believe that we each hold a piece of something true. Now we've come to this place, and I'm glad that you're here. Come in just as you are. Come with open ears, 'cause we don't need that much. We can make do with some kindness and self-respect, with just me and you. Thanks. So, you know, a lot like Rich has said. Thanks so much for being here. I want to just say a quick thank you to SpUd for organizing this tonight. Thank you so much. Where'd you go? Where did he go? He's somewhere around here. Thanks to SpUd for helping to organize this. Thanks to Artichoke for still being here. It's not been easy, and it's just such a treasure here for us to gather. Thanks to Gary, who's working magic back there. Thanks to Briggs at the bar. There are a lot of folks, yes. Somebody came in, I think it was Bill, came in and ordered a martini. And you know what? I bet he could have done it. I really do. Well, such a pleasure to be with all of you. It's exciting to share all new songs. I haven't seen so many of you, so I'm using this as a little bit of a debut, if you will, of some new songs. Here's one for any fellow late bloomers out there. This is called "Wait for Me." The snow cap lets a drop of water go. It's carried over cascades, through eddies where it flows. Then it's rolling down the river into the road of waves and wind, living high and living low. It's a long journey from the mountain to the sea. Wait for me. A single seed falls onto the ground. If it's lucky, it is lost before it's found. So it can gather up its strength, listen for the sound of the sky, reaching high from roofs to bow. It's a long journey from the sea to the tree. Wait for me. Have no need to hurry, and yet everything gets done. So promise me you will not worry. I don't love you. I am growing old, but I feel young. I'm not who I once was, but I still feel like I'm someone. Still growing, still flowing, still in it for the long run. Keep on going till I'm done. Keep on going till I'm done. 'Cause it's a long journey from the mountain to the sea, from the sea to the tree, and I'm coming, love, for thee. I'm coming, wait for me. Thank you. Thanks so much. Well, a lot of you know were around when I released my last album, Dreams and Ghosts. It was a bunch of songs about folks that I'd grown up hearing stories about, but that I'd never known from my family's history. And in the time since then, I'm getting ready for a solo show here in a couple weeks where I'm going to share some songs about folks in my family that I did know, but who sadly are no longer with us. I'm affectionately calling this set Love Songs for the Dead. And I mean that with all sincerity, you know, as we move forward in this time. It's really important to remember, I think, and to think about those who are not with us, but how they are still with us in their own way. So I'd like to share with you a song that I wrote for my great aunt Carolyn, and she is really singularly responsible for a lot of what I know about one side of my family. And I just loved her to pieces. She passed away in 2019. Now, of course, no good deed went unpunished with Aunt Carolyn, if you know that phrase. She had a very particular way of doing things. And the last time I saw her, she had told this story many times about being a young girl in Yonkers, New York. And yes. Oh, hi, Aunt Louise. Hello. Oh, we're going to talk later. She used to get into an old Ford Model T with like 5 adults and 4 kids, you know, is how they did it, and drive up to Port Jervis, which took like half the day to go visit her Uncle Henry. Riding the country roads, reading the Burma Shave ads, whole story. So I thought, listen, Aunt Carolyn, I'm coming to visit. Let's go to Port Jervis together. I really want to take you there. I want to see it through your eyes. The house where her Uncle Henry lived was still there. He gave my grandfather his first job delivering ice. The big pond behind the house is still there where they would harvest the ice. Anyway, so I thought, we're going to do this. And don't worry, I've got my nifty new phone that's going to tell us exactly how to get there. And she's like, are you sure? Because I highlighted this map. She pulled out this big map. She'd highlighted it. And of course, she highlighted both the route that she took,
when she was a child in the Ford Model T. And of course, the easy way, you just go zip, zip, zip. Now up there today. I said, I got it. You just relax. I, of course, was under strict instructions not to let her drive. So we got into the car. I said, you just sit back. You know, I've got the phone on. The navigation is going to tell us where to go. So we get literally to the end of Lewis Street. If anybody remembers my song about Lewis Street, where she lived. Still on Lewis Street, we got to the stop sign, and the phone said, turn left. And Aunt Carolyn said, nope, that's not right. You need to turn to the right. And I said, okay. Turned off the phone. You're in charge, Aunt Carolyn. And off we went to Port Jervis for the day. And it was lovely. It really was great, as I said, to see things kind of through her eyes and to hear the stories along the way. And of course, not knowing at that time that was the last time I was going to see her, looking back on that, I'm really glad that was. So she had a lot of love to give all of us. So I want to share with you a love song that I wrote for her. It's called The Nest. Today is a day you will not see, so I will let the sun wash over me. I will feel its grace, the same way you kissed my face when it came time to leave. Red lipstick on my cheek. And today is a day you will not hear the birds in the wood, their song so clear, I hear them on the wing, building their nests of spring. And I know you'll be near, year after year. Like those birds, you wove your words through pictures and letters and stories, round and round. Now we are bound together in this tree. Today I thought of all the days you lived before I even knew what life is. I thought of those you loved, welcoming you above to be with them again. At least I hope you can. No, we may never know just where we go when comes the end of our story. Round and round, still we are bound together in memory. Today I watch the sun set in the west, a brand new life upon my breast. I said a prayer for you and all that I learned from you. It's okay, take your rest. As for the nest, I'll do my best. much. Thank you. Whew, you are really good listeners. Could I bring my 4-year-old son to learn something from you? That would be great. A lot of you probably remember Oscar. I was looking on Facebook, the holiday concert from 2019, I think it was. He was here in all of his 18-month glory, or not quite 18 months. I think it was about 16 months or so. And somebody posted a memory from that, and I was like, oh my gosh, so much time has gone by. He's turned 4, and this year was the first year that he really got Santa. And I kind of freaked out a little bit. I'm fine with talking about Santa. That's great. But I just really didn't want that to be the only story that we told around Christmas time. So out came all the books. We learned about the Grinch. We learned about the baby Jesus. And we learned about Hanukkah. We learned about Frosty the Snowman. We pulled out Good King Wenceslas. I just was like, bring all the stories. Bring them all. They're all true, right? They're all true. And it really did kind of dawn on me this year, talking with him about it, that they all kind of get down to the same thing. And that is, at least for me, you gotta believe in something, because that's how you start to learn to believe in yourself and kind of translate what we learn in stories to what we do in the everyday. Now, of course, I'm a bit biased. I'm a storyteller, so I like stories. But I wanted to write a song that captured a bit of that. And it was so lovely how this came together. I wrote the melody on the first night of Hanukkah. The first draft of lyrics came unbidden on the winter solstice. And then Christmas Day, I was able to kind of pull it together into a final first draft, if you will. And so it was just so neat how those days kind of followed and really spoke to what the song is about. I will say, the ink is not quite dry. So while I am not 100% open to feedback per se, I am a songwriter. I liked Rich's comment about a stay-at-home songwriter, But the ink is not dry, so feel free to tell me what works and maybe doesn't quite work. There are a couple little things, but it's definitely in a shareable form. And before we get too far along from the holidays, I wanted to be sure to share it with you all. So thank you for listening. It's that time of year, time for telling stories, time for lighting candles, time for friends and family, time to remember what we learned long ago about the light, about the love, stories we've made our own. Some celebrate a baby, some look in darkness for the light, some remember magic oil, some look for reindeer in the sky. May we remember whatever stories we believe. We are the light, we are the love, we are the miracle we see. Now I know that times get hard, and I know that there is suffering. I know we need justice, and I know we can do something. I know stories sound simple, but they're not
We need the light, we need the love they show us in ourselves. So may we remember the gift we all can give. The most important story is the one we choose to live. We are the love of a baby. We are the burning of the light. We are the ones who shine in darkness. We are the stars in the sky. We are the love, we are the light. Ooh, ooh. It's that time of year, time for telling stories.
Yeah, thank you. One more is good. It's a bit of a long one. Cool, thank you. Oh, I do. Is that interfering? I'll put it. Oh, I got phone checked by Gary. Oh, jeez. I didn't realize that. Ooh, word to the wise. Thank you. Thanks, Gary. All right. I got one more for you. I've got sort of my. Are we ready for a feminist anthem? Oh yeah. And I mean by feminist, I mean humanist, right? Let us not. We're all hip, right? We know feminism isn't just about women. There's a remarkable book that I read that I recommend to everybody. It's called Like a Mother by Angela Garbus. She's a writer out of Seattle, and I wrote this song after reading it, participating with the Bushwick Book Club of Seattle. If you're not familiar with them, I encourage you to check them out. A bunch of songwriters all read a book and then write a song inspired by it or some part of it. And I really encourage everybody to read this book. It is about the science and culture of pregnancy, but do not let you think that if you don't have some direct relationship to pregnancy or to, like, everybody should read this book because the body is an amazing thing. That's what the book was about. It was also, though, and what I ended up writing about was just about personal transformation and how we all go through those transformations in one form or another. Pregnancy is just one of those. And so I really wanted to speak to that as I was going through a big transformation in my own life, multiple transformations. Some of which we go through willingly and some not so much. But we all go through them at some point. And I often, when I am looking around me for inspiration to help communicate what it is that I'm feeling or trying to write the song about, I often look to the natural world. And I did not have to look far for this one past the borders of our fair city here. This is called Helena. Helena was well enough, a being of beauty and grace, perfectly poised, never a noise, ever a smile on her face. Down below, something started to grow. One by one, they would all know. Helena, when it came to that hour, Helena, did you know your own power? Did you know you're a volcano? I wrote a song about a volcano, that is right. Helena
price would she pay for this mess she would make, for this fire inside her that raged? The ground started shaking, her bones started breaking, something inside her was waking. Helena, when it came to that hour, Helena, did you know your own power? Did you know you're a volcano? We are old, we are young, we are fierce, we are calm. We turn rocks into dust and grow light from the crust. We can open the gaps, we can change all the maps. Let go who you were to be who you are. Helena. So when it's your ground that's shaking, your bones feel like breaking, when something inside you is waking, Helena, when it comes to that hour, Helena, will you know your own power? Will you know? Do you know you're a volcano? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, SpUd.
Avery Hill. Oh, man. Avery Hill.
Can I mention something real quick I forgot to say?
Oh, please.
Sorry, I forgot the part in the banter where I'm supposed to say, and coming up. I think I mentioned I do have a solo show coming up here January 20th. And as I said, I'm going to be sharing all new stuff. There's a flyer on your table if you want to take it with you. On the back of that flyer, there are a couple folks out here who play the ukulele. If I'm not playing original songs on my guitar, I'm often teaching ukulele, and I've got some classes coming up too. So that's on the flip side of the flyer. If anybody's interested, including beginners, there's a class for you too. Thank you very much.
Yes, come back January 20th for more of Avery Hill. And I was remiss in not mentioning your admission to the show benefits Artichoke Music. Your generosity at the tip jar thanks our artists, so please visit the tip jar, and we'll take an intermission and be back real soon. Thank you so much for everyone. House lights. Don't think so. All right, Artichoke Music, give yourselves a hand. Woo! 2023 Artichoke Music, 50 years. Give yourselves another hand. What a beautiful night, the cafe full, and really brings joy to my heart. And so thank you for being here. I wanted to promote this little event, or this little raffle. Artichoke Music is a proud sponsor of Winterfolk. Many of you have been to Winterfolk over the years. This is their 34th annual on February 4th at the beautiful Alberta Rose Theater. So go to the event. You can buy a ticket tonight to win that beautiful guitar displayed on the bar, and made by a local handcrafted. So it's a wonderful guitar, and even if you don't win, the money you pay to the raffle will go to benefit Transition Project, which Winterfolk is a beneficiary for transitions projects, and they're a wonderful group that helps our most needy people out on the streets and most vulnerable. So go to the show, buy some tickets, and of course, support Artichoke Music, artichokemusic.org, and you can find out what shows are coming up. You can sign up to be a volunteer, like my fine friends out there helping me tonight, and you can donate. You can register for a class, take a class from Avery on a ukulele. So anyway, we really appreciate your support over the last 50 years. Now, this young man, when I started hanging out around here, he was already a legend. I mean, but somehow he took me under his wing, and look where I am now, on stage. What I like about this young man's songs, well, I like a lot about his songs, but they really root you in the earth, and they bring you to nature, and it's really wonderful. So please welcome John Lee.
Well, now Mama and Papa never talked about you, but I know that they never forgot about you, second-born son, the one they barely knew. Big brother and I never talked about you, but I know that we never forgot about you, middle brother and the one we barely knew. Hot summers in Montana, tide pools by Boiler Bay. Late to school on a blue Schwinn bike, big wind on Columbus Day. Cousin Clan's boy to a man, a simple band of gold. Watching our parents get old. Well, life went on in a world without you. We do new things. I think about you doing all the things that you never got to do, like this. Summers in Montana, tide pools by Boiler Bay. Late to school on a blue Schwinn bike, big wind on Columbus Day. Cousin Clan's boy to a man, a simple band of gold. Watching our parents get old.
Well, Mama and Papa never talked about you, but I know that they never forgot about you. Second born boy, the joy they barely knew. Big brother and I never talked about you, but I know that we never forgot about you. Middle brother and the one we barely knew. Brother Keith, your light shines through. Keith Douglas Lee, I love you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Jackie, this was Clayton's favorite song of mine that we never got to do on his radio show. So Avery talked about love songs to dead people. That was my first one there, and the second one is close to a Christmas song as I'll ever write. Well, now Santa Claus, God, and Dwight Eisenhower, three kindly old white guys with beneficent power. Well, they were larger than life and they were living large. Man, they left no doubt about who's in charge. 'Cause they got the cred, they got the power. They're Santa Claus, God, and Dwight Eisenhower. Well, you write to Santa and you pray to God. You tell him you do your homework and you feed the dog. Man, we like Ike 'cause we won the war. Man, the world was ours, we couldn't ask for more. 'Cause we got the cred, we got the power. We've got Santa Claus, God, and Dwight Eisenhower. But if you're colored or crippled or retarded or queer, no need to apply, don't you come around here. You best mind your gender and mind your race. Mind your own business and know your place. You better know your place there, boy. Say the Pledge of Allegiance every day in school. Learn that the guy with the gold gets to make the rules. We got a Band-Aid or a crayon in a color called flesh. If your skin don't match, tough shit, I guess. 'Cause we got the cred, we got the power. We've got Santa Claus, God, and Dwight Eisenhower. Larger than life, living so large. We left no doubt about who's in charge. It was Santa Claus, God, and Dwight Eisenhower. Santa Claus, God, and Dwight Eisenhower. Thank you. I don't live in Portland anymore. I live down on the Long Beach Peninsula, 29 miles away from the town where I was born, Astoria, Oregon. And I've been doing, the last couple of years, I've been doing a number of like 2-hour shows around everywhere. And I do pretty much the same 2 sets. the songs a lot of you kind of know, like Slow Food and Black Coffee, and she wanted us to run on those things. And so I get to do some songs tonight that I don't get to do very often. So this one's about when I was working in I was stacking a rock wall, and I kind of went through this pile of quarry rocks, and I found an old snake skin. And my mind's eye kind of went. I could just see this cold-blooded serpent hunkering down for the winter, and then first warm day of spring, it moves out towards light, warmth, food, and certain biological urges. And I thought, man, I've been there before. If I could be an old black snake, I could shed my skin, cast away what's old and gray, start anew again. But lying low and traveling light, surely that's no sin. Well, I don't know where I'm bound for, but I sure know where I've been. Whoa, black snake blues. Well, that old dog run me ragged till I never knew what for. To feed the greed, the wants and needs, till you wonder how much more. But lying low and traveling light, slip on through the door. Because in the end you'll find, my friend, nothing's fair in love and war. Whoa, black snake blues. Well, your trial's never over, for your jury's ne'er adjourned. For the things you yearn, the things you spurn, the bridges you've built and burned. But lying low and traveling light, so much left to learn. Wait through the night, look for the light, and watch the big wheel turn. Whoa, black snake blues. I could be an old black snake, I could shed my skin, cast away what's old and gray, start anew again. But lying low and traveling light, surely that's no sin. Well, I don't know where I'm bound for, but I sure know where I've been. Whoa, black snake blues. Thank you. So, I have my fourth album here, And in a stroke of really bad timing, it was released. I did a show to the whole album, and it's this song cycle of the Chinese in the West, from the 1860s to when they were building the railroad, to the 1960s when my mother graduated from Portland State College and went on to teach first grade and college biology and nothing in between. Remarkable woman, had a private pilot's license and a black belt in judo and drove a 240Z. Yeah, there's a picture inside of here. She's the one in the pink dress right there. And if you want one of these albums, I'm just going to give you one because I released this album and did a show of the whole thing at McDonald Theater in Eugene on Friday the 13th of March, 2020. And the next day, the tour got canceled. So anyway, I got a new website coming out, and Doc is working on it with me. And when you get there, it'll be called John Lee Tunes, Jon Lee Tunes. And you can get any of my 4 albums. They're up there. You can do it for a download, any of the songs or any of the albums for free, technically free, but I want you to make a donation to a food bank in the compensation, because that's what I've been doing with my music and a lot of stuff these last couple of years. And give them money, don't give them food, because their buying power is much greater than yours, and they know what their clients need. Although one of my cousins who was a lobbyist for food banks said, yeah, but sometimes you just sneak in something like a couple of jars of hoisin, and there's some guy going through the food jar, he goes, oh, hoisin, you know, it's like, yeah, you make somebody really happy. Give him. So anyway, I was going to do a song off this one. I mean, to tell you the truth, I kind of stole some of the songs, okay? I mean, there's a shout out here. There's a song called Hip Hop Sing. It's got the theme song from Bonanza in it. And I got a song called Angel Island Blues, which I stole basically the concept from Johnny Cash's Folsom Prison Blues. It's about a guy waiting to get into the country, and he keeps hearing foghorns instead of, out there in Angel Island. And they wrote poetry out there. If you go to Angel Island, there's poetry they wrote on the walls. It's pretty cool stuff. And the last one was a song called, I stole kind of the concept from Barbara Mandrell, called We Were Asian When Asian Wasn't Cool. But I was into that song. I don't choke myself here. No, I'm in trouble. I choked myself. But my friend Dalton back there requested that I do a different song. This song called Long Time California. And first time I did this song was at one of your song circles. And the people were trying to get into, there was a thing called the Chinese Exclusion Act, and they couldn't be in this country without being a merchant or a couple of things. But if you're born here, you're okay, right? Well, people always said, yeah, I was born here. I'm a long-time Californian. But then the earthquake came. When the earthquake came, it burned down San Francisco, and it burned down Chinatown. And all of a sudden, people could say, my papers burned up in the big fire. I'm a long-time Californian. And so it kind of was a game changer when that earthquake came, because there was a lot of people, including, I think, my grandfather. And I definitely know some of my uncles were not my uncles. They were what they called a paper son. Well, now after we built the railroad, I was just another Chinaman. I labored on the levee and dug some ditches to reclaim that Delta land. But the people did shout and drive us out wherever we moved about. So I hunkered down in Chinatown. Now I'm a long-time Californian. A long-time California. I be long-time California. Now I tell them that's where I was born. Yeah, I'm a long-time California. Well, it all changed course in the year of the horse when Chinatown burned down. My papers burned. I was reborn. Now I'm a long-time Californian. And I'm a laundry man, I live a laundryman's life. I work with my clan, but I got no wife. My hands both hurt, my eyes are old. There's always a shirt to press and fold. I'd go back home, but I could not come back due to that Chinese Exclusion Act. I'm born, I feel forlorn. I'm a long-time Californian. A long-time California, I belong time California. Now I tell them that's where I was born. Yeah, I'm long-time California. Well, it all changed course in the year of the horse when Chinatown burned down. My papers burned. I was reborn. Oh, I'm a long-time California. Well, the dragon wakes with a fearsome sound. The earthquake rumbles deep underground. First the gas mains broke, then fire and smoke consumed that demon town. Well, there was damage done, but now anyone could be a paper son. I'm a heading up north to Oregon. I'm a long-time California. A long-time California. I belong time California. You can tell them that's where I was born. Yeah, I'm a long-time California. It all changed course in the year of the horse when Chinatown burned down. My papers burned. I was reborn. Oh, I'm a long-time California. Yeah, I think I'm gonna head up north to Oregon. Up there, I got some cousins and an uncle working there in the canneries in Astoria. Mouth of the big river, out of the wind, because it's the lee side. Yeah, I'm gonna put some time on the slime line. Thank you. So, one of my favorite places to play in the Northwest is in Enterprise, Oregon, and I played a bunch of things over there, and I did this show a couple years ago, and I did this song, because this song actually starts in, its origins are north of Enterprise, up in the Imnaha drainage, the Imnaha wolf pack. And the wolf named OR13, named Journey, kind of wandered around, and he went all over the Northwest, went into California, and we were talking about wolves this morning, and they think that by his radio tag that he was within 1 mile of where the last wolf was shot for bounty in the late 40s in Oregon, the Upper Rogue drainage. And, and he wandered up and found a mate, believe it or not, and started a wolf pack there. And we think he's perished now. But I did this song, Enterprise, a couple years ago, and I got done, and this guy comes up to me, and he's, like, definitely a Wallowa County rancher. He's not like pretending to be, and he just says, I think we see that little wolf thing on the opposite sides of the fence there, John. I go, oh shit, he's gonna beat me up here. He goes, but that was a hell of a good song. It gave me something to think about. And I said, that's all I can ask for. Winter wind blows over deep mountain snows, ever to journey alone. Well, I left the pack to never look back, and ever to journey alone. To the land of our grandfathers, 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 spirits calling me home. Well, I left the pack to never look back, and ever to journey alone, ever to journey alone. Through hemlock and pine, I searched for my kind, ever to journey alone. Cross plateau and canyon, seeking companion, ever to journey alone. To the land of our grandfathers, 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 spirits calling me home. Cross plateau and canyon, seeking companion, ever to journey alone, ever to journey alone. Oh, howl at the moon, our ancestral tune. Let my spirit soar, let my spirit swoon. Spirit lives on here, spirit belongs here, a spirit stronger than stone. And spirit lives longer than bone. And then on the wind, a faint trace of my kin, ever to journey alone. Her heavenly scent was heavenly sent, ever to journey alone. To the land of our grandfathers, 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 spirits calling her home. Her heavenly scent was heavenly sent, ever to journey alone, ever to journey alone. Oh, she howled at the moon, our ancestral tune. Let her spirit soar, let my spirit swoon. Spirit lives on here, spirit belongs here, a spirit stronger than stone. Spirit lives longer than bone. Winter wind blows over deep mountain snows, ever to journey alone. We found our way back to found our own pack, and never to journey alone. To the land of our grandfathers, 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 spirits calling us home. We found our way back to found our own pack, and never to journey alone, never to journey alone. Come on, help me, eh? Oh, we howl at the moon, our ancestral tune. Let our spirit soar, let our spirit swoon. Spirit lives on here, spirit belongs here, a spirit stronger than stone. And spirit lives longer than bone. Oh, spirit is stronger than stone. Oh, spirit much longer than bone. Thank you. Man, I choked in water. It's crazy. Now, see, when I was a little kid, I had a 3-song repertoire. Because I sang at the top of my voice and with all my heart, much to the constant annoyance of my big brother and my numerous cousins. Now, the first of these songs was take me out to the ball game, because I loved baseball. And the second song was the state song of Oregon. Anybody know that one? Land of the Empire Builders, which I took to be Land of the Umpire Builders because I loved baseball. Now, the third song was a song that, if you sang this song, you could take on the world. You could stand in the left-handed batter's box with a 12-year-old kid pitching with a mustache who was trying to learn to throw a breaking ball. And sometimes it didn't always break away from the left-handed batter, which basically means it's a fastball. You could learn to do long division with story problems and get the right answer. A lot of places to screw up there. A lot of people traumatized to this day because of long division with story problems. Remember, I was the first Chinese American kid to get a C in math. So. And the third song, man, you just take this song and you just can you could ride your bike, that blue Schwinn bike, slowly past the house where the neighborhood racist bully kids live. Now, I still love this song, but over the years, I just can't quite reconcile an angry, wrathful God. So I kind of rewrote it to reflect a kinder, gentler spirituality. And I don't think it's a sing-along. I'm not telling you to sing. But like Scotty back there says at Fisher Poets, you never tell anybody to sing, but at the end of the first verse, they're all singing. I think this is a song that you can't not sing to. And I do know what a double negative is. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the light as it casts away the shadows of the darkness in the night. As we stand before the fearful ones who feel that might is right and the truth shall set us free. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. And the truth is marching on. See? We've seen it in the watchfires of 100 circling camps as we gather round together in the evening dews and damps. From Standing Rock to Selma, we shall lead with lighted lamps, and the truth shall set us free. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. And the truth is marching on. There was peace beneath the banyan, Siddhartha sat beside the tree, in quiet contemplation to transfigure you and me. As he prayed to make us holy, he prayed to make us see that the truth shall set us free. It's the Buddha hymn of the Republic. And glory, glory, hallelujah. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Oh, the truth is marching on. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Oh, the truth is marching on. Oh, yeah, the truth is marching on. Thank you.
John Lee. Straight from the slime line. John Lee.
The slime line. I skipped the slime line.
Saturday. Portland Storytellers. Okay, we're going to have a quick changeover, and then we're going to have our final performer up here. I've just been informed that Saturday night shows here is going to be wonderful. The Portland Storytellers Guild, Portland Storytellers Guild, right here on this stage, Saturday night. Get your tickets at artichokemusic.org or just come to the door and pay. So that was wonderful. Let me know when you're ready, Mr. Dover. Okay. Oh, sitting down. Old school. All right. We have come to our last performer. Certainly, in his case, last but not least. This young man is an idol to me. His beautiful wife, Cheryl, and them have curated one of the most invigorating song communities in Portland, Oregon, with their house concerts, their song circles. And I want to say he's traveled 10,000 miles in search of the tunes. He's a poet, he's a prophet, he's a prognosticator. But perhaps most importantly, he's an original member of the board of directors of the Pacific City Folk Festival. Please welcome Dan Dover.
Thank you, SpUd. How can anyone live up to that, really? I played on this stage or the previous Artichoke stage many times. Several times I've been in this position, the last player, and I feel like Garth and his friend on Saturday Night Live. I'm not worthy. These wonderful people with so much talent. I've got a few songs for you. I'm going to try not to talk. I tend to talk too much. This is a song some of you know, and there's a sing-along part that those of you who know will sing along, I hope. And those of you who don't know, maybe when you hear it the first time, you'll catch it the second time, and then we'll do it again at the end. And it's you know, a lot of people have a lot of things. I had some friends who lived lives that were a little more adventurous than mine. One was a Navy SEAL 3 times, and one was a major junkie who became a vice president for American Airlines. So, you know, go figure. This song is about the people that live that life rather than the tamer life that I had lived as an ICU nurse. But here you go. It's about steel and rubber and gasoline. You've got steel and rubber and gasoline. I got this flat top box and 6 steel strings. A couple of tunes I made up along the line. You're trying to fly out on the interstate, chasing something that just wouldn't wait. Maybe you're racing something you lost or left behind. Me, I'm always dreaming, but I seldom do. I spent all these years just watching you, burning up the rubber and bending up the steel. You go like tomorrow was the end of a dream, burning through barrels of gasoline. If your life was a movie, this could be the final reel. And you fly on by, fueled by whiskey and caffeine. You sing, why ask why, when it don't matter what it might mean. It's just steel and rubber, asphalt and gasoline. I tune up my box and I set up my gear. There's people out there and they're gonna hear more of those stories about the Oklahoma sky. About the stars and the storms and the fireflies, things I need like a clear green eyes. Story about an old friend of mine who just lives to fly. And you watch the highway fly, you stay away from that yellow line. You just feel the miles go by. That's the way you live when you live to fly. There ain't nothing much you need but steel and rubber, asphalt and gasoline. Well, the road has taken me so far away that I don't know where you are today. But I think about you when I hear some engine whine. Hear the tires screaming on some old V8, driven by some guy who just couldn't wait. Get back on the highway, blow down the yellow line. And you fly on by, fueled by whiskey and caffeine. You sing, why ask why, when it don't matter what it might mean. It's just steel and rubber, asphalt and gasoline. Yeah, you fly on by, fueled by whiskey and caffeine. You sing, why ask why, when it don't matter what it might mean. It's just steel and rubber, asphalt and gasoline. It's just steel and rubber, asphalt and gasoline. Yeah. Thank you.
Is your guitar turned on? Because I'm getting nothing.
Well, that's because it's on tuner.
We heard it, Dan. We heard it.
I bang the hell out of it, though.
Yeah, we heard it.
Well, thank you. Let's see what else I can do wrong here. Okay, this song is actually kind of based on someone a lot of us know. When I first met this person, he became one of the big influences in my musical life. We did a lot of stuff together. I kind of saw something in him, though, early that said, there's problems here. And this is what came out of it. I think it's roses. I think it's a grocery store bouquet. I think he bought it spur of the moment when he was walking out her way. I saw him leaning on the fender of that dead car in her yard. It's been a long time since he's been there. Didn't know it would be so hard to go back home. Wants to get back home. They met on a Tuesday. Must be 7 long years ago. She heard him sing, he bought her a ring. The rest is the way it goes. They had nothing in common but the way they made each other feel. They set the sparks a-poppin' till the record came and spoiled the deal. Now he wants to go home, wants to get back home. But home's not just a place where you once hung your hat. It's the growing, the lawn mowing, the love, and more than that. It's the knowing that you're wanted, the knowing that you belong. You can't have it just 'cause you want it. You can't buy it back for a song. Well, he's been traveling. He's been all around the land. He's been from Texas to Maine to Kansas to Alaska and back again. With a knapsack and a guitar and a notebook full of songs. Never thought he'd get so far, never thought he'd go so wrong. He couldn't get back home. He wants to get back home. But he could sing a song so sweet. He could sing a song so real. Sing a song to make you think. Sing a song to make you feel. Songs about driving. Songs about moving on. Songs about forgiving. Songs about going home. Wants to get back home. Was a white freight liner. Stopped to pick him up by the road. He said, anywhere just away from here. You'd think by now he'd know. Home's a thing you gotta build with your heart and with your hands. Pound the nails, dry the tears, find a place to make your stand and call it home. And you can go back home. But home's not just a place where you once hung your hat. It's the growing, the lawn mowing, the loving more than that. It's the knowing that you're wanted, the knowing that you belong. You can't have it just 'cause you want it. You can't buy it back for a song. I think it's roses. I think it's a grocery store bouquet. Thank you. I had a different list of songs to play, but someone that I had a special encounter with after a Rocky Horror Picture Show sometime in 1989 told me to change up my song list. So, and she mentioned that SpUd really likes that song, so I threw that one in there. This is another song. Yeah, it is a song. That's what I'm doing here. Why is it always a little song? Here's a little song I wrote. Who writes big songs? I don't know. I'm sure someone does. Yeah, for sure. Bono. This is a song. It's not a true story, but it's kind of a true story. It's about a date that you might not know what it was. July 21st, 1969, Oklahoma City. Hopefully you don't know much about Oklahoma City. That's a good thing for you. But if you don't know what that date is, you'll recognize it pretty soon. Get it. Lightning bugs flashing in an Oklahoma sky. Heat lightning on the horizon, warn storms are coming by. Tony asked me questions, Becky hummed some Beatles tune. Shooting stars go streaking, and men walk upon the moon. Men walk upon the moon. Tony's mother calls him home. Supper's getting cold. Randy rolls by in his Ford. The moon has turned to gold. Somewhere a TV echoes the calling of a loon. Stray dogs bark in the dark. Men walk upon the moon. Men walk upon the moon. That's me in summer 69, hanging with my friends, not knowing who'll get left behind or that the story ends. Dylan on the radio, Randy leaving soon. War and music, sex and drugs, men walking on the moon. Men walking on the moon. Oklahoma summer day, 110 in the shade. Nixon in the White House, now the fat cats have it made. Those high school days are over, big change is coming soon. But stranger things will happen than men walking on the moon. Men walking on the moon. That's me in summer 69, hanging with my friends, not knowing who'll get left behind or that the story ends. Zeppelin on the radio, Randy leaving soon. War and music, sex and drugs, men walking on the moon. Men walking on the moon. But that's been more than 50 years, those summer days are gone. Randy never made it back, got lost in Vietnam. And me, I've roamed 10,000 miles just looking for the tune to sing about that summer day men walked upon the moon. And me, I've roamed 10,000 miles just looking for the tune to sing about that summer day men walked upon the moon. Men walked upon the moon. Well, I had a couple of really sweet songs that are older songs that all my friends in Mexico really like, but Cheryl also vetoed those. So I get to play two songs that almost no one's heard, and I don't know how you're going to respond to these, but they're pretty simple little ideas. We had an earthquake a couple of months ago, and after the earthquake, it was quite an experience because we'd been in one here back in, what was that, like 89 or 90? Wasn't very big, but it was interesting. This one was more of something. Things shook and swung and made noises, and we kind of freaked out there. But this came out of it. It's called Tectonic Timber, or Butterfly Effect. Butterfly flapped its wings this morning. Guess everything changed, but maybe not that much. The sun's still coursing through a blue sky. The earth is still spinning, and the garden's green and lush. My walls were shaking from a tectonic timber. The lamps were swinging and the windows rattled too. Never thought my feet could be so nimble when running for the safety of the outside, me and you. Some things change when you least expect it. Things you hope would change seem to stay the same. But these timblers in the soul come and they take a toll, bring to fruition changes you never would foresee. cool blue sky spreads across my garden. Clouds of white and gray and blue make it look like art. All I can do is wait for the changes. All I can be is ready to stand up and do my part. Some things change when you least expect it. Things you hope would change seem to stay the same. But these timblers in the soul come and they take a toll, bring to fruition changes you never would foresee. That butterfly keeps right on flapping round a green and orange bush in my sweetheart's yard, and a world of changes ripple from that flapping, but maybe just the changes life always had in store. Some things change when you least expect it. Things you hoped would change seem to stay the same. But these timblers in the soul come and they take a toll, bring to fruition changes you never would foresee. A butterfly flapped its wings this morning, and everything changed, but maybe not that much. Get a little liquid strength here. Okay, so this is actually my newest song. I wrote this first in the first person, and I tried to show it to Cheryl, and she was, well, that's not you. And, well, no, it's not. So I changed it into the third person, and it worked a whole lot better. It's called Ghost, or I could call it Andy Anderson, for those of you who know Andy Anderson. That's why it's called Ghost, because the first line will tell you. He never says goodbye, just disappears into the night. He never says love, but he hopes someday he might. He hardly ever lies, true is what he tries to be. So he can't tell you why, with these dark clouds passing by. He's been thinking about all three. He's been thinking about all three. And he's been thinking about time, the twisted mysteries it breeds. Thinking about the road, the misty places that it leads. Thinking about caring, how an open heart can bleed. He's been talking to the sky. He's been asking people why. They say they know where this could lead. They say they know where this could lead. This could lead to places your heart doesn't want to be. This could lead to saying things you're not sure you believe. This could lead to seeking ways a wounded heart can mend. This could lead to writing letters you will never send. This could lead to writing letters you will never send. Another letter you won't send. Another place you'll never go. Another soul lost to the wind. Another heart you'll never know. Just more random points in time flashing by like power poles. Another letter you won't send. Another heart you'll never know. Wrong. He never says goodbye, just disappears into the night. Okay, well, and this is a song, SpUd mentioned we had a house concert series. We had some fantastic people play in our basement. Some people in here right now have played in our basement and as openers for national, international touring artists. that house concert series was just super. But we also had a songwriter circle. In 2008, Artichoke almost closed. Dan Weber and I went into Artichoke one day, and Richard was there, Richard Colombo, and he asked me if I would take over Artichoke. And I wasn't all that far from retirement. I know that sounds like too much like work to me. But Dan and I didn't want to lose the community, and we had a community. I mean, look at that. There they are. And we didn't want to lose that community, so we decided to start a song circle. So we started it at my house, and so with Cheryl and I, that's everything we do, we call it Dover Laugh. So the Dover Laugh Songwriter Circle. One of the best things I ever did in my life. But in Mexico, we tried to do it again. I didn't get quite the talent that we found here, because I tell you, you may not know it, but this city is just full of talented people. But we got a good group of people that were having fun singing, and then Uncle COVID came to town and everything went south. So we started one online, and that was a little bit more difficult, but we did it, and it sustained us. And in that process, I wrote a song that became our anthem. So this song starts off with a chorus. The chorus is pretty simple. I intended to have some sheets of paper on your table so you could sing the chorus, sing it with me. You can learn it by the time it comes around the second time. You'll know it, and I'd really appreciate it if you try to sing. I know a bunch of you people can really sing. So, I need this little toy. This thing on here. Hey, boy, that's loud. Okay. You can sing. It'll make you feel better. You can sing. Open up your lungs and your heart. You can sing soon. You'll be finding better weather, especially in your soul where thunder's tearing you apart. That was just a teacher. We're going to do it again now. You can sing. It'll make you feel better. You can sing. Open up your lungs and your heart. When you sing soon, you'll be finding better weather, especially in your soul where thunder's tearing you apart. Dark days come to everyone, every now and then. Sometimes they move on through, sometimes they move right in. When the cure of drugs and alcohol don't seem to do a thing, to open up your heart, you can sing. You can sing. It'll make you feel better. You can sing. Open up your lungs and your heart. When you sing soon, you'll be finding better weather, especially in your soul where thunder's tearing you apart. It doesn't have to be an aria or a top 10 hit. Just needs to have a melody and some words to go with it. You can try it quiet to yourself in the comfort of your car. When you end up feeling better, you'll know just why you are. You can sing. It'll make you feel better. You can sing. Open up your lungs and your heart. When you sing soon, you'll be finding better weather, especially in your soul where thunder's tearing you apart. Dark days come to... No, that's not right. Well, it's got pretty hard these days just to go outside. You just wave to your friends as they go walking by. Oh, when this plague is over, I'll hope we've learned one thing. It's just a little better when you sing. All right, now, come on. You can sing. It'll make you feel better. You can sing. Open up your lungs and your heart. When you sing soon, you'll be finding better weather, especially in your soul where thunder's tearing you apart. One more time. You can sing, it'll make you feel better. You can sing, open up your lungs and your heart. When you sing soon, you'll be finding better weather, especially in your soul where thunder's tearing you apart. Especially in your soul where thunder's tearing you apart. Yeah. Good night, Portland. And a good night, Artichoke. More? Okay. Well, then I'll play some of those sweet songs that I was not going to sing. Yes, ma'am. Oh, Raven. Okay. Another song Cheryl wanted me to include. This is a song called Raven. Oh, it's a song I discovered that I could really like change every line as far as, you know, how I was accompanying it, rather than playing repeating and repeating and repeating. And it just it came out good. The first time I played it at Sisters Song Camp, my mentor, Keith Greninger, didn't really like the chorus, but I played it around. I played it without the chorus, and I played it with the chorus, and people liked the chorus, so we get the chorus too. So yeah. This is called "I Hear That Raven Knocking on the Door," or just the Raven. I hear that raven knocking on the door. I hear that raven knocking on the door. Sometimes I wonder what he's knocking for. I hear that raven knocking on the door. I work and I walk and I do my time. I found what I needed and I made her mine. Ain't looking for a break, a buddy, or a sign. I found what I needed and I made her mine. There's a cold steel whistle from a passing train. Cold sun rising on a frozen plain. Old bones aching a familiar pain. Cold steel whistle from a passing train. There's a blackbird in a tall tree and he's got his eye on me. I don't know why that might be, but he's watching me in the sunset, and I don't know, but I'll make a bet. That blackbird means nothing good for me. There's a line of geese and they're flying south. I'm walking west as the day plays out. Too late to worry what it's all about. There's a line of geese and they're flying south. Time keeps moving and the days slip by. There's the love and the loss and the got lines in my face and gray in my hair. Was the living and the loving that put them there. Now I'm on a road to I don't know where, with lines in my face and gray in my hair. There's a blackbird in a tall tree and he's got his eye on me. I don't know why that might be, but he's watching me in the sunset, and I don't know, but I'll make a bet. That blackbird means nothing good for me. I hope when you're passing you remember me. That place in your past name's on a tree. It's just what it is, not what it should be. I hope when you're passing you remember me. I hear that raven knocking on the door. I hear that raven knocking on the door. I don't give a damn what he's knocking for. I hear that raven knocking on the door. I hear that raven knocking on the door. Yeah, something like that. So SpUd told me I had two, so I'm going to do one more song, and I'll give you a choice. These are a little bit more upbeat songs. So I can sing you a song. I asked for song prompts on Facebook one day, and I got a bunch of stuff. A lot of it I couldn't do anything with. But a friend of mine suggested pardon the term, but I think they actually use this term, dwarf accordion player something. And I can't remember what that something was, and I left the word dwarf out. But this is a song called Ernesto. Ernesto, that's what it's called, yeah. So give it a try. Oh, no, because there's the other song, and the other song that you can choose from is the song about my guitar, or actually about my guitar's brother, Carbon Fiber Bob. So Ernesto? Carbon Fiber Bob. Boy, that's close. I guess I'll do Bob for you. Carbon Fiber Bob. Like anyone else, he's got a house and a job. He's got a velveteen cat who races around with a urethane rat. Carbon Fiber Bob. Oh, Carbon Fiber Bob. Carbon Fiber Bob. He doesn't have a heart. He can't sleep or fart. But he feels your disgust in his intimate parts. That's Carbon Fiber Bob. Carbon Fiber Bob. Carby was born in a coal mine, nobody knows just when. But they shipped him away to a factory one day to let his new life begin. First they pulverized him into a kind of powdery goo. Then they transformized him into things to be useful to me and to you. That's Carbon Fiber Bob. Carbon Fiber Bob. Carbon Fiber Bob. They say he's the toughest guy on the job. He can't break a sweat or a bone. But the plasticine ladies won't leave him alone. Carbon Fiber Bob. Carbon Fiber Bob. Carbon Fiber Bob. Everyone says he's gonna go far, but he wants to be a star. So he melted down his brother to make this guitar. That's Carbon Fiber Bob. Carbon Fiber Bob. They use carbon fibers in all kinds of regular things, like your favorite hat, your brand new doormat, or a black shiny pinky ring. You might find it surprising among all of these CF things, like parts for your car or this high-tech guitar, to find a carbon fiber guy who sings. Carbon Fiber Bob. Carbon Fiber Bob. Like anyone else, he's got a wife and a job. He's got a velveteen cat. Races around with a urethane rat. Carbon Fiber Bob. Carbon Fiber Bob. Carbon Fiber Bob. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you, Artichoke Music. Rich Waggoner, one more time.
Rich Waggoner.
Avery Hill, one more time. John Lee. Dan Dover. 50 years of Artichoke. Thank you so much. See you soon.
SpUdster. Let's give a big hand for SpUd. He's the man. He makes it happen.